Hi, it's Chris and welcome back to the sea. And I am looking for a new thermal camera. So I checked out all these websites and I think I'm going to get this one. Thermal Master. Plugs into the old phone of yours and you can do that. $469. Nope. $250. Coupon 50. It's supposed to be the best thermal camera out there. How are you paying for it? PayPal credit. All right. Yes. Beep, pop, boop. Hang on there. I don't want to share my personal information. Done. So that's ordered. Used the old honey and got a coupon off. Plus they're 50 off. It ended up being 100 and something bucks with shipping. And that's that. So we'll see what that does, and I'll review it. And if it's cool, I'm going to let you know. And if it sucks, I'm going to let you know that too. But it's going to be better. I've seen other people use them, and I can just use my phone, which has a way better camera than the Chinese FLIR thing I bought. That's a joke at best. And of course, my computer needs to be restarted. I ordered a thermal camera, and Mr. Cavanaugh sent me this board for the purple Z3660 to flash the CPLD, which I gotta do. I also got this nice big silicone mat courtesy of Amazon.com that is super sticky. You can wet it down and wipe it, which is really nice. It's very sticky, and I have a dog, so you can imagine the joy of how long this is gonna last. I also flipped my desk around so the peeled off nasty work spot is in the back where the monitor slides back and forth on my home built raised shelf from Lowe's. I got the stupid microphone with its little butt plug cotton ball there on it, windbreaker. This is a CPLD flash module for the Z3660 on the Super Purple 4000. And I know you're probably sick and tired of seeing that machine, but I wanted to show you some stuff. Mr. Jonathan, I think I've showed this in the past, not sure, designed this in the old Tinkercad, and I took a crack at it. We made like 6 variations of this. This hooks on to your motherboard in the front here. The reason this is cut out is because the pins here for the jumpers and wires are there and they fit. And this holds your Zorro or your riser card in place. And I gotta thin this out a little bit. It's on 4mm and it's gotta be like 2.5. I mean, it still works, but there's a little bit of gap. I refined the one that's in the 4000 purple right now, and it's pretty good. Updates for this over the last videos have included rubberize the Dr. Chris statue. I have a I have a little bent bob rear dude of thingy holding the card up. But the major breakthrough is this thing, which looks like this. 3D printed, pretty solid. Clicks in over the board. These cutouts, I think I've said before, are for the where the pins are for the hard drive light IDE and key lock to allow them to function. You know, kind of clips underneath the board here. This one's a little bit too girthy, and I need to tighten up the 2mm, not 4, and it'll grip a lot better. But this one was printed. This one was one with a further up neck, so it went all the way to the edge of the card, and it's solid as a rock and stable. And I mean, if you really yank on it, you're going to move it, but it's not going to move. I don't have any Zorros in here yet. Haven't done anything with the rear plate. I'm going to hook this pickle up and make sure it still works. It's been living on the upper shelf for a while. I forgot how freaking unforgivingly heavy it is. Remove the side glass. That'll save me 5 pounds. Here you go. I mean, it's not going anywhere. It's pretty sturdy, and what it does is this. So this is my variant of it. 2mm, grips underneath the board and click locks into here. Now it could be tighter, but it's just for giving this card the non-bendies. And it works pretty good. Let's take a peek. I hope to God it's labeled as which direction, because it's got another plug on here. So there's the thing. Which direction does it go? Does it go like this, or does it go like this? So that ain't where it goes at all. It goes down here. And you have to remove these two jumpers, and this dude goes into there. Mr. Kavanaugh says the white connector goes over those 4 pins, which are, and this goes into the Jtag connector. Remove the card first. Don't break the kel is what he said. And carefully pop this free. There we go. Now, on the bench, this is how we'll do it. Take these jumpers off, and these become the jumpers. This will be those jumpers. They go physically through those holes. This slides over those pins and then into the Jtag port, and you can see it's like that. I gotta put it all in there and hope that it works. So here we go. It'll tell me what it's doing. Alright. It's gonna say reading the CPLD. Bin boop da 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 da. So now I want to connect to the internet and see if there's an update version. Since I plugged in Ethernet, it gets it and says, okay, you have beta 14, there's a beta 15, okay? So I'm going to download beta 15. Let's see. Download the latest boot bin and overwrite your Z3660. I'm going to overwrite the failsafe, okay? So we're going to do F. Because I have a working system and it works fine. Sorry for that close-up. I have a working system and it works fine. Failsafe will be 15. Now that first thing I showed where it was if it read the CPLD user code, I've never had that before. Okay, that's only because of this new programmer. Okay, so it got it. It's writing the file to the card. The card SD light is on. D to download the latest CPLD firmware and flash it. This is what I have not been able to do. Here we go. D. Downloading, erasing, programming. Uh-oh, hope that shit works. Programming sector. CPLD programming based on XCS3 Prog from the XCS3 Prog project. So it found whatever this is, and it's doing some stuff. I have 1 ounce Rev 66 or 10Z Rev 66. This is, it doesn't tell me which it is, but we'll find out when it reads it again. We have 103 beta 12. Cool. CPLD code 103 beta 12. Now I'm just going to hit R to reboot. I just want to see if she works. Amiga RGB is on the left, and that's the thing. This is the tool 103 beta 15 it found. Even though I said failsafe, it's set for use the real 060 at 100 megahertz, and it seems to be booting on the little lights of fury over here. That red light usually turns blue when it's on the real CPU code, but it's red, and the white light is not flashing. But sometimes it takes a little bit, or it doesn't work at all. If I hold Z, I get this. This is Z-Top. Boot, real 060, 100. Now, there's some new crap. Mount SD as root. Mount SD is a Type 76. Well, that's cool. So you could get right to your card. Kick 4000, 322 is 060. All the dudes are enabled except test. I'm going to click it to 50 megahertz. because I've had issues where this thing freaks out. Real 060, 06050. CPU frequency is 50 megahertz now. All. Does it boot? If you look in this octal thing, I don't know if it's going to focus. There we go. On the left is a blue light flickering, and on the right is a red light flickering. Since this is a real 060, the blue light does things when I do things. If that makes any sense. Because that's using the real CPU. If it's red, it's using the emulated CPU. Now these green things over here, I've found out that they're like cores. And when they go bad, it's like the Amiga has problems. Beta 15 firmware detected. CPLD is up to date. We are on real 060 at 50 megahertz. It's a preset I have here called 060 at 50. If I want it to be 100, I just click this, and then it flips everything to 100. Now I say apply all, and it will reboot again. And we'll see. Does this go blah, blah, blah? Yes, it does. It didn't before. I could not flip it to 100 and have it, it would just constantly do that, which it's constantly doing. Has it been fixed? Nope. Now this says real 060 100, selected preset 0, real 060 at 100 megahertz. Just what I named it. Bus frequency 100, Z3 RAM, RTG, and SCSI boot are enabled. And it tells you after power on, if you press C, it opens the update tool, or Z opens Z-top. Now, what does this new firmware do, or the new CPLD flash do that the old one didn't? I think it fixes the floppy disk, but it's not booting again. It won't boot at 100. So I will have to report that to the team. Interesting stuff. So I'll just leave it at 50. I don't have any floppy drive in here. No floppy at all. Before, when I had the floppy on there, it overflowed the keyboard buffer and I had no floppy. Now I just don't have a floppy as a device. So we're up and I have no floppy, no ADFs, no GoTech, no booting from floppy, no nothing. And I can't boot in 100 megahertz. I can only boot in 50. 040 JIT EMU, 100 megahertz, preset, we're going to call it this one. 040 JIT EMU, 100 megahertz. All the RTGs are enabled, 100 megahertz. Apply all. I always have to turn it off when I'm flipping from a real CPU to an emulated one, but I'm not this time because I want to see if it does it. There's the hard reset. Does it boot this at 100? Yes, it does. But it won't boot the real Rev 6 060 at 100. I don't even need a CPU in this thing to use it. That's a quick update on how to install the Z3660 CPLD flash module. Had to check in with the American Godfather on that one. So thank you, American Godfather. And I'll report back on some updates on floppy disk access, because that was one of my issues. Now it doesn't even show up. And the issue of booting at 100 megahertz on factory CPU. Hey, remember the other week when I said I was going to order that expensive thermal camera? Well, here it is. The world's smallest thermal camera. P2. Ooh, from Thermal Master. And we are going to check it out because I have been forever stuck using the other brands that are not good. To open this small package, we're going to get my small letter opener. Always cut away from yourself, children. That'll do, pig. That'll do. Packaging so far very nice. It's kind of like unwrapping an iPhone. Let me put this small letter opener away before I cut my foot off. We're going to be measuring temperatures on the world's most expensive Amiga 4000 and see what we get. So opening the package, I have a gold P2 Pro Thermal Master. Simple setup. Facebook group. Dear user, thank you for purchasing the Thermal Master as your trusted companion to explore the world of thermal imaging. Leading in phone thermal cameras, we specialized in the most innovative thermal imaging technology. Not only offer advanced thermal vision, we also strive to bring infrared into every home, exploring a better future for the world. Cool. That's what I need. Something really good. So Thermal Master is the brand. And we have, this is the Pro. So we have a quick start guide here. Just a few little things, but it is multi-language. So it tells you how to get started. It is a small, thick book. It's pretty thick. Instructions are very clear. Product overview, connection setup. You can, I got to download the app. So that's just a simple SKU code. Installing the app is simple as searching for Temp Master. It does have the same eyeball thing on the dude. And now we can open this. Now here's what you get in the rest of the box. This is the Thermal Master camera. This is Lightning USB-C. So you can have this plug into your phone and plug into the camera. Or this is the iOS Lightning 1, so this will plug in. Alright. Next. Make sure your device is connected. Next. Start now. Agree. Camera. Allow. Peel off the thing. There is no lens. There is no lens. It's literally just a mirror and my fingerprints. Initializing for the first time. We'll see how it goes. This should be a cover. So we can, oh my gosh, look at me. Oh my gosh, look at me. Hello, I look scary as hell. Okay, so I need to flip this around. Waiting for reconnection. So I'm turning the camera around because I want to get actual data of this machine here. And I'm going to wipe my lens off. We're going to take actual thermal readings of this machine. I want to see how she's doing. So, temperature range. Wow. Number one, look how everything's lighting up. Look at this. You can see all the chips on that accelerator. My fans. This is the motherboard. Remember, this camera's down low, so this is looking at underneath here, okay? So I have the camera up so I can see, not only I can zoom into it, I can get touch it, and I can get actual temperature readings of everything. That is crazy good. Okay, so let's go for temperature 20 to 150 C. Now I haven't read the book. I don't have this in color. Temperature setting. We're going to do Fahrenheit because I am American. It looks like a little city lit up in there. You can see who's hot. I'll tell you what, that is incredible. My CPU, Real 060. You're seeing the camera reflection in there. There we go. Real 060, the heat soak around it. That's the CPLD of the Z-turn. That whole thing is hot. Incredible. Why is it in black and white? And its settings, you can really see some hot spots now. Oh my goodness. Let's do, there we go. Red hot. You see where the hot spots are. Cutting across, that's below the motherboard. That's the CPU, the Z-turn. You can see right in the middle there. The 060, not so hot. The little flashboard, hot. Chips below, Lisa Paula CIAs, extremely hot. There's all sorts of different color ranges you can do for hot. That's a good one too. This camera blows away that Chinesium camera. Now by default you're just in what's called white hot. Reverse video. That's your standard. That's going to help me out so much to figure out, hey, which chips are warm? what's going on here. This is RAM. I was scooting up here. Z-turn, real 060. You can see the real 060 at 100 megahertz is barely heat. It is heat soaking the board underneath, but not as nearly as the Z-turn board is. Having my phone be the primary display for this, and I'm going to be using this on my phone, but having my phone be the primary display for this, you can see how much my phone goes off. But this Thermal Master camera is a game changer, and it's available from Thermal Master right now. It's 199 bucks. But look, I need a good camera, okay? I need a good camera. You can put filters on this thing, so I can put this magnetic cover on there, protector. This comes off for the filter. Now let's put the filter on there. Yeah, that's the filter. I guess that's for looking at the sun. Kind of blurs it out. Look at my finger. God, that's crazy. Pull the filter off. Clear. It is like a iridium filter. Very cool indeed. Unplug. Put your cover back on your filter. Magnetic lock to protect it. Super small, so you'll lose it. But if you keep it in this little case, you'll be totally fine all the time. This is the Thermal Master P2 Pro. I'm going to hold this up to the TV here, and it probably won't focus, and it probably won't skew. So I'll put the links in the description below. If you're interested in a thermal camera, it'll go up to 1,112 degrees Fahrenheit. That is 600 communist. It has a magnetic macro lens is what that is. 15x optical zoom, uses 0.3 watts of power, free software, and AI from Razer on the side there. That's Thermal Master. It's got a little like cat's eye looking in there. That's the same for the app too. And that will be used tremendously. My previous endeavor was this monstrosity. This was $100. So this is why I went with Thermal Master. Here's a competitor, right? Like, what's hot, what's not? Number one, it's blurry. It gives me random of, I don't know what I'm looking at. The Thermal Master, right next to it. Look at the difference. Okay, I can't zoom on this one. This one's standard iPhone usage. Just zoom it. Pick, choose, zoom. You can clearly see what it is. You can clearly see where your hotspots are. You have the mobility of a phone. You can take a screenshot just by clicking a button. You can highlight things. There you go. Bloop. Monitoring this area. I want to monitor that right there. Monitor that. Hotspots. And I can mark another circle over here. Have two monitoring. I don't know if you can really see that. I want this monitored up here. 3, monitoring 3 temperatures at once. And it tells me, you can't really see it on the screen. I'm going to try and zoom in. It's near the top there. I'll try and move it over to the blue. There you go. Tells me exact temperatures. 73, 72, 71 Fahrenheit, not Celsius. And you can save that, export all the logs to your machine, save this to the program, record a video, whatever you want to do. And when you're done, just hit delete and it clears them out. And that's how you can do it. You can also do box, you can do a line, I can draw a line, I can say I want this. It tells me right here. Now I'm going to change my font color to white so I can see it. That way it shows up clearly. I was playing around with the camera earlier, and you can clearly see the average temperature. 80 degrees, max 97, and that's across the line I drew right there. If I don't want that line, I just hit delete. I want to find out what this Z-turn's doing. I'm going to take a circle of it. It's 102.7 degrees Fahrenheit, and I'm going to compare that to the 060, so I'm going to turn this to the side, right? Now I'm going to make C1 the 060. Whoops, grab it. No, let's just delete it. We'll draw a new circle. The 060 is running at a whopping 87 degrees. maximum of 83. Pretty cool. Now if I want to compare, Z-turns running at 104. Look at instant results. So what do you like better in a thermal camera? This big bulky thing that, let's see. Let's take a picture of it. So this says it's 89 and it's blurry. It's blurry in real life. There you go. 89 degrees fizzle. 102. This has 105.5 and 87.3. Live monitoring, 2 points. I can also save this, delete it, export it, whatever you want. So that is the ThermalMaster Pro P2 from thermalmaster.com. It was like 200 bucks, but it's well worth it. The macro lens is going to help out for Amiga repairs when I need it because of its small close-up ability. And the reason you get this, what if I don't want to have this on my phone? So I can plug this into here. Pow. Plug this into my phone, right? Now I have a camera in my hand and look at it and hold it. Great for looking in your mouth or seeing what your girlfriend's hiding. It works the same as it would be plugged into your phone. So that is my review of the ThermalMaster P2, my new thermal camera. Now this thing is going to go for a long overdue nap in its box, and it's nice to have something, but this is the new thermal camera of this channel. So special thanks to ThermalMaster for making this thing, and PayPal credit for your continued support in this channel. One day I will pay you off, I promise. That's all I got for this episode of new products on the channel. Thanks for watching. Links in the description below if you're interested in purchasing anything I use on this channel, and I'll add this to the list of parts. Thanks for watching, and I hope you learned something.
What do you know from funny, you bastard?